Hey, I'm just following orders. Let me get one of those slow motion pictures, bro. One of those slow motion pictures.
You gotta shoot at 60 frames per second.
Come on, that.
They say they wanna hit that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move and coach shit. Cause if they make the wrong move, it coach. You see me, they like, ooh, chemo shopping. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna hit that raw shit. I'm on my way. Coming up on my devotion. They see me, they like, ooh, chemo shopping. I'm on my body, real niggas right beside me. Damn right, I brought my army, going up like a rocket, and can't nobody stop me. These niggas garbage, so watch your mouth, boy. Coming all black, slithering house, call me mouth, boy. I'm off the hip like a cowboy. I'm a king, you should bow, boy. Shorty like that, man, you cut up. Nothing I can handle. 144 with the booth, going Rambo. Niggas do you dirty like a stick in a bando. That's why I play the corner like a bum with a banjo. I'ma lead by example. Woo, keep on sobbing, got this bitch off the hand, got this juice, got the drip, about to hit the bitch with the salt. It ain't rap, this is salt. Can't taste a bitch unless you with the coke. They say they wanna hit that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move and coach shit. Cause if they make the wrong move, it coach. Coming up on my
I do it how a veteran be. You better than me. I'm Reggie at the edge of the key. It's all money, no honey. Think you settle and see. You locked up, fucked up, and it's back to the streets. It's One West. You can check the residency. I reside with soldiers died on the soles of their feet. Cause it's death before designer. Ain't no coward in me. Cause I'm cold as a bitch's shoulder. You ain't calling a week. Get the cooking on this beat. Hope you like it well done. Got them killers rolling with me and they all red rum, red rum, red rum. Got you fucking scared some. Get the banging on this beat till my fucking head numb. Black block, red drum, black and yellow air ones. Homie, you ain't got a vest. I suggest you wear one.
Told these niggas we was going up. We was doing a lot of talking. Now these niggas ain't saying shit.
Feeling like a legend in this shit, lil nigga, I'm past veteran. Never feeling third, lil nigga, I'm past second. Guns, I gotta have them all like Ash Ketchum. Shotty break a nigga ribs up like his wife left him. We all stepping, kill you with kindness cause I'm dead nice. That 5'7" put you 6 feet, not talking height. That judge giving out 5, what you doing life. These hands are rude GPS, a mean right. That's mean right, we build different, you know the vibes. And we stamped it authentic, we notarized. I keep a 144 because I know a kind. Noah's Ark, you know I'm with animals when we flowing by. We back again, no cap, when I'm with cap again. Yeah, they say they want smoke until we matching them. Everything righteous, so you know when we get back at them, you get hit up with a K, but no acronym.
They say they wanna hit that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move and coach shit. Cause if they make the wrong move, it coach. You see me, they like, ooh, chemo shopping. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna hit that raw shit. I'm on my way. Coming up on my devotion.
Good. Shalom Israel, this is the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, started at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding Journey Hanna since 1969. We've been teaching so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans their true heritage according to the Bible, and that is the nation of Israel. Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we are God's children. We are God's chosen people. And the reason why we are dying by the numbers is because we have a love for everybody else but us. Right. We want to love every other race but us, right? And we got to understand, right now, it's the season, it's the time to hate everybody else but Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Because these are the people that need the love right now.
That's right.
Nobody else loves these people, man. So how about you love your own? And the Christian church like to teach that, hate is a bad thing, but hate actually keeps you safe. You know what I'm saying? Hate actually keeps you safe. When somebody was a child molester, you're gonna keep your children away from that child molester. You're gonna hate that child molester to keep your kids safe. So the white man, all these other nations, they are child molesters, they are pedophiles, they are rapists, they are murderers. And we are just saying that we need to stay away from them. We need to hate them. We need to stay away from them to save our people. If I can, let me get my first precept of Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Because loving everybody causes us not to get justice. Loving everybody makes Black, Hispanics, Native Americans stay slaves in this hell, man. Because that's why the Arabs right now, the Arabs been fighting against America for I don't know how long. Then after now, just a couple months ago, they got shipped here. First class flights, Airbnb and everything, because they respect the Arabs because they fought, because they hate America. Black and Hispanics, we don't hate America, and that's why we are treated as slaves, because you don't respect the slave, man.
That's right.
And it's time to fight. It's time to fight, and it's the only thing we can try, because we tried everything else. We tried loving these people for 400, 500 years, and look what it got us. We've been dying by the numbers. We're the number one in AIDS and drugs and all these different things, because through them, loving them, we adapted their customs. They was the first persons to smoke weed, right? You got the hippies, right? We adapted that custom. They was the first crackheads. We adapted that custom. The white woman is the whore. We took on that. All women took on that. And that's why we got to hate them enough to separate them, so we can save our brothers and sisters. Read what you got.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, verse 1. To everything there is a season and a time, to every purpose under the heaven.
The church only teaches you one season. They say it's a season for love. It's a time to love. We're supposed to love everybody. And that's why the church has all these different people, all these different wicked people in the church, because they love everybody. Come as you are. You got the drummer who's a homosexual. You got the deacon who's raping all the children in the church, because God loves everybody. You don't understand how bad it is to teach that to somebody until you see what happens to the Black, Hispanic, Native community, because that's the only people who loves everybody. The white race might say it, but they don't love Black, Hispanics, Native Americans.
Right.
The Arabs might say it, they don't love Black, Hispanics, Native Americans. The Chinese might say it, but they don't love Black, Hispanics, Native Americans. You know how I know? Because they only deal with their people. They love their people. In order to love your people, you got to hate everybody else. And that because they hate Black, Hispanics, Native Americans because they give us all the wickedness.
Right.
In order for the white man to benefit his people, he has to give us the drugs. He has to bring us to the ghettos. He has to take the father out the house. That's how he loves his people. The Asian and Chinese people come over, they have Chinatown. They have Chinatown because they make money off of Black, Hispanic, Native Americans while we are poor. We give our last dollar to them for that. But fried chicken is supposed to be a Black thing.
Mm-hmm.
And we say that Asians, the Chinese people make it better. We go to Chinese for our fried chicken. For our culture, you know, they do that money, put it back in their neighborhood.
Right.
But Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans, our dollar don't stay in our neighborhood because we love everybody else.
Right.
While everybody else hates us.
Right.
You think a Chinese man gonna give money and put it in the Black community? You think the white man gonna give money and put it in the Black community? You think the Arab gonna give money and put it in the Black community? You a damn lie. It's a damn lie if you think so, man. And that's why we're at the bottom. That's why we're at the bottom. When we had Black Wall Street, our dollar was circulating the community more than any other race. And that's why they killed us. And that's why they burned us down. Because 40 years after coming out of slavery, we was booming. I'm talking about booming, man. And they was going to their Great Depression. If you play the game of Monopoly right now, and you let somebody have a 400, 500 head start, you bound to lose the game. But through that, we allowed them to have a 400, 500 head start in Monopoly. And after 40 spins, we threw them dice 40 times. We caught them. If not, was beating them, man. That would make anybody mad. I'll give you that. That would make anybody mad to lose at your own game.
Right.
So they say, well, how can we destroy these people? The only way we could destroy these people is to integrate. See, segregation was good for us. Mm-hmm. And the white man, he's not a smart guy. That's why our own people is our downfall, man. Because Martin Luther King Jr. he fought to integrate with them. You think the white man didn't know that was gonna be a good idea? He tried to kill us from integrating with him until he found out that was the best thing that happened to him. Until he found out that if we integrate, we would lose our schools. We would lose our businesses. We would do all these different things, and he would make money off of us. Because now we got to use his hospitals. We got to use his schools. We got to go to his businesses. Because of Martin Luther King Jr., because he wants to love everybody, that's why we had to say support black businesses. And if we stayed hitting them, we would have our own businesses. We would have our own communities. We would have had our own hospitals. We would have had everything, our own teachers, our own schools. But since we love them so much, we give our honor to another nation. Now, all our smart men and all our smart women go work for the white man, go work for the oppressor.
Right.
You got our men and women and doctors working for them. Got our men and women teachers at their best schools. But what about the schools in the hood? That's not where we at. That's not the good teachers up in there. All smart, we gotta go to Harvard to get an education. Then you don't even benefit your community back. You don't even put the money back in your community. You gotta survive for yourself. Right now, since we love everybody, it causes Black, Hispanics, Native Americans to fight for themselves. When I was in the world, I didn't care about nobody but myself. I said every man is against me because that's what the world taught. The world taught that. If the world teaches that love everybody, and when you have to force to love everybody while you get treated wrong, then what are you supposed to do? Especially Black, Hispanics, Native Americans, we are people of faith. Even if we don't know that answer, like a lot of us didn't even know the truth of the Bible. And even if we thought the Christian church was a lie, we still understood there's a God. There's a higher power. And we understood that, oh, he must love everybody. So when we say God loves everybody, we are forced to love everybody. But the God of the Bible don't teach that. The God of the Bible in Deuteronomy 7:6 has a holy people. He said above everybody else. And that's the only people he's dealing with. And that's the only people he will deal with until Yahushua come in there. Then he's going to judge everybody else for what they did to his children. Read what you guys saw from the top.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, verse 1. Mm-hmm. To everything there is a season and a time, to every purpose under the heaven.
Right.
Verse 2.
Go to 5. Drop down 5.
Verse 5. A time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together.
Right.
A time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing.
I'm going to tell you right now, man, that time to refrain from embracing is right now. We've been embracing these people, these bastards, for 400 and 500 years, and we've been dying. And that's why we call the white man the devil, because the devil is being deceiver. He has been deceiving our people to love him. And that's what makes America great. What makes America great is his ability to rape, rob, lynch Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and have those same exact people love him. They don't see. He don't have to. America's the weakest country, but what makes it great is that they don't have to. That our people are going to love them. They're going to adapt their culture by themselves. They don't have to force us to. How many black people love white people? You can't tell me they want to say that Black people hate white people or we but we love white people, man. They love white people, and that's our problem because white people don't even love themselves. They hate themselves. They know they are evil bastards, man. And that's why one wrong thing happens to them, they're ready to blow their brains out. They're ready to blow it because that's just the natural state they're in. And we shouldn't be following the people like them. So the only thing we got to do is to separate and then identify who the enemy is. See, when you love everybody, when you love everybody, you trust everybody, you can't identify the enemy. And that's why you're being killed. You are letting the enemy in your house. You are making a room. You are cooking your enemy a meal while your kids and your wife is inside the house. You just letting him sleep in one of your beds while your kid and your wife and your family's inside the house. And that's why you are being killed and you don't even know. You don't even know why. Because you thought you could trust him. You did that? You thought you could trust him. Read what you got? Oh yeah.
We're verse 5. We're going to 6 now.
6. Go ahead. Go to 8. Drop down to 8.
Verse 8. A time to love and a time to hate. A time of war and a time of peace.
A what? A time of what?
A time of war and a time of peace.
Right now is a time of war, man. And we're the only people who don't understand this. We don't understand that in order to have peace, you got to go through war.
That's right.
You know who understands that? Russia understands that. China understands that. South Korea understands. All the people going to war right now, they're going to go to war with NATO, going to go to war with America, because they understand. They are tired of living by the hands of America. They are tired of that. So they're going to go to war for their people. They're going to fight for their people. And Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we got to do the same. But we cannot fight for our people joining hands with the enemy. We can't. We gotta choose. We gotta choose, man. If you see a whole bunch of snakes, you got 600 snakes. You like, hey, 100 of them to mean good. You think I'm gonna care 100 mean good? You think I'm gonna wait to find who those 100 are, or I'm gonna close the door in front of their face? Well, I'm wondering why the 100 mean good to me. They're supposed to be snakes. Why are you dishonoring your own people, your own type? That's why I don't trust. That's why I don't trust the white people who come and try to tell us they mean good. I'd rather trust Donald Trump. Donald Trump, I knew what I got myself into. He hates niggas. Joe Biden, that's the one I gotta watch out for. The subtile beast.
All right.
He deceives you. He told black folk he was gonna change. If you don't vote for me, you ain't black. That's what they voted for. If you don't vote for me, you ain't black. Calling children roaches, black children roaches. And we turned the other cheek. We turned our head over because we thought that he was going to be the one. Because we was too busy allowing Trump in office and seeing how he talked to make us think that he was the Antichrist. Oh, he's the one. He's the devil the Bible speaks of. Only him, though. Not the other presidents. When Thomas Jefferson had slaves, it took Trump to make it seem like Trump was the worst president. Because we are simple people. Because when you love everybody, that's what happens. Just imagine you just hated all of them. We would have seen Donald Trump and be like, oh, he's just another white boy.
Right.
Joe Biden, he's just another white boy. We wouldn't see, you are too busy seeing these white people, and when they treat you good, it makes you feel happy because you are a slave. You feel as though that you don't deserve their love. You don't deserve their love. But when you in life, we look at through everything in a white lens. Everything through a white lens. When you start looking at things through a black lens.
That's right.
Because white people got you saying that your lips are big when their lips are small. My lips are normal. What you talking about?
Right.
You say my hair is nappy. No, yours is just stringy. Your hair is bad. We do this. You don't really understand how bad we are being destroyed until you think about little stuff like that. How you got to put on a white voice when you go to a job interview. You got to look proper and neat. But that's not true. That's not your culture. When you can't wear your chains how you want to wear your chains. You can't put the grill in the mouth. That's all in the Bible. Songs of Solomon 1:10 say Solomon had a grill in his mouth. But you can't do that because that don't seem professional. Because you're trying to fight for their love. Because God loves everybody. Well, I have to love everybody. You read what you got?
Verse 7, a time to rend.
Wait, 8, you got 8.
So I get it. Verse 8, a time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace.
Right. You know what Christians only apply this hate? They only apply this hate, they don't apply it to the oppressor or to the enemy. They only apply it to their family. That's why black and Hispanics, we sit down at a table and we have a cousin. Our cousin Jamal, we hate Jamal because that nigga owed me $20 from 2 years ago. Hey, that nigga owe me money. I don't care what y'all talking about. But when this land, the oppressor stole this land from our Native American brothers. When they supposed to have reparations, we still waiting on reparations. He owes billions, trillions of dollars. But we mad at Jamal for owing us 20 because he's oppressed just like I'm oppressed.
Right.
He's trying to feed his family. How about you and Jamal team up to fight the real enemy? To hate the real enemy. Don't hate each other, hate the real enemy. Because he's the reason why you are poor. Jamal's not the reason. You think because Jamal you $20, that's the reason why you can't eat? Because if he had the $20, he would have been able to eat tonight? Nah, because the oppressor, you've been oppressed. You should never been a slave in the first place. You shouldn't even be having conversations about where's my $20 at. $20 would be no sweat. It should be no sweat because you built this place. The oppressor uses us since we love him. We will do things for him willingly. That's what happens when we love him. We will build his country. We will build our hell for ourselves because we love him. We build everything, but we don't get no benefit from it. No benefit. Read what you got. You at 8?
I'm on 9 now. Verse 9. What profit hath he
Go,
that?
go to Deuteronomy 32 and 7. Because that's what we got to remember. The reason we don't hate, let me make this clear. We do not hate the white man because he's white.
Right.
That's the last. We don't care. We don't deal with skin color around here. We hate him for the crimes he did to Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And here in the ISUPK, we say we hate him because we love our people. We love our people. They like to call us a hate group because we speak against the person who rules. They say you want to find out who's oppressing you. You gotta, when you speak up, he's going to be the one that shuts you down. If I say the white man's the devil, and he comes out of nowhere, boy, don't say that, don't say that, don't say that. I know he's the devil. I know he's the devil. That's how I know. Because if I gotta say something, he's always trying to stop me.
Right.
And that's why they're trying to ban critical race theory. They're trying to ban critical race theory right now. They don't want your children knowing the truth.
That's right.
Because they will make your children angry. That will make your children angry because you are not destroyed overnight. You know, you on the earth for 20, 30 years. You won't just wake up one day and be destroyed. You are destroyed from the womb. As soon as you got the womb, what your parents take you? They take you to church and go Christian. Get Christian. They put the water on your head. You destroyed right now. They teach you God loves everybody. You destroyed right there. You go to school, you learn about George Washington, you learn about all the important white business owners, people who built this place. Thomas, you learn all about them. And all you see is white people, white people, white people. And God loves everybody. I gotta love everybody. So I'm forced to love these people. But I don't see people like me nowhere unless it's slaves. Unless it's slaves, man. And you say that's not harming our kids? That's not the reason why we are the walking dead. Because we are righteous at heart. When a righteous man do wicked things, he's going to fail. But when a wicked man do wicked things, that's his power.
Right.
And right now you see the white man, he's wicked as hell. So you can do his wicked things. You can do his homosexuality. Do all them things. Do all your lusts you want to do. Be a beast. But that's not going to work for Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans because we can't do that. It's not in our stomach to do that. It's not. They hanged, man. Let me tell you something about these evil bastards, man. They hanged a woman up. They hanged a woman while she was pregnant. They were. I ain't trying to be too gruesome. They would slash her stomach open, man, and she would be over fire. And the baby would fall on the fire and they'll stumble on the baby. Find me one Black, Hispanic, Native American who got the stomach to do that. We can't do that, man. But hey, love everybody, right? We supposed to love all these. We supposed to love these people. Hey, but there's good ones. Where the good ones at when we was being shipped over here? Where was they at? Where was they fighting for us at? It seemed like the bad is outweighing the good. So I'm gonna call them all bad. I'm gonna say they're all devils. Read what you got.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verse 7.
Right.
Remember the days of old.
Right.
Consider the years of many generations.
Right. It's not right there. Let me tell you something, man. It's an evil thing. It's an evil thing for somebody to say, "Oh, forget about slavery." That's so long ago, man. That's so long ago. It's a new time.
Right.
You have the same. You have equal rights just like me. That's an evil thing to do because the white man, he don't forget about 9/11. He don't forget about Pearl Harbor. He don't forget about that. He don't forget about the Alamo. I'm supposed to forget about slavery. I'm supposed to forget about the reason why I'm here in the first place. Why I don't know who I am. Why I'm calling myself an African American. 2 different continents.
Right.
Named after white people. But I'm supposed to forget that. You supposed to read that scripture again?
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
Remember the days of old. Consider the years of many generations.
Let me tell you something, man. Them remember their days of old. The reason why we got to go, the curriculum in school is history, because it makes them fight for their country. It makes the oppressor fight for his country when he learns about his history, when he learns about his forefathers.
Right.
So just imagine we learn about our forefathers before slavery. When we learn about Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, David, Solomon, Yahushua, who the world knows him as Jesus Christ, which was a black man with woolly hair. Right. Just imagine they taught Christ was a black man in school. It's a reason why they don't. Our kids won't need no role models no more. But the man in this book, the greatest man who ever lived. And when you go in the scripture, you realize this man was a nigga just like you.
That's right.
A nigga just like you. He said, what good shall come out of Nazareth? Because he came from the ghetto. Christ came from the ghetto. He came from the slums, man. He was on the go. He had the same way we're poor, he was. He wanted to go teach his people, man. When he got done teaching his people, he fed them fish and bread. What do black people have? Don't we have fish fries? I can't make this stuff up, man. His homie snaked him. No, that's a story of a black man right there. On my best homie snaked me. He sold me out.
Right.
Then the main thing about it, he got killed for no reason. He was an unarmed black man. See, that if Jesus loved everybody, he would never die.
Right.
He would have been president. They would have picked up for president. And you want to say it doesn't matter. When they say when you love everybody, it don't matter what color he is. Because love is love. Well, I don't see no Asian LeBron James walking around here. You don't paint LeBron James as Asian. So why would you paint Christ as a white man? Because that benefits you. That don't benefit the Black, Hispanic, Native Americans because we are dying by numbers. If you took any white man, let me say Thomas Jefferson. They made a movie about Thomas Jefferson.
Right.
And they cast him as a black man. He was a black man. Let me tell you something. They will protest. They will go up and uproar. They will burn cities down. They will do all these different things because they would not let a black man play their role models. The people they look up to. Black man can't play George Washington. They love the people. So why is Black, Hispanic, Native Americans allowing the white man to play our role models? Because we love everybody. If we hated them, we would allow that. And we wouldn't be destroyed right now. We wouldn't be in all these different religions looking for something to grasp onto. Because we don't have a religion. We have a culture. We have a heritage. It's all in this Bible, the same book everybody got in their house. The same book everybody got in the house, but since you want to love everybody, you don't know that this book is going to be the same thing that saves you. Same thing that saves you, man. Keep reading. What you got?
Verse 7. Ask thy father, and he will shew thee, thy elders, and they will tell thee. Verse 8. When the Most High divided.
Wait, let me see. Start from 7 from again. Remember the days ago? Oh, it's like, let me see. Let me tell you something, man. Like, and before I said, man, like they use that to fight for that country, man. Like that's an honorable thing, fighting in the army, fighting for your country, man. But the thing about it is, Black, Hispanic, Native Americans, America is not your army. America is not your country.
Right.
These people are not your people. But since you don't remember the days of old, you don't know what to fight for or who to fight for. But you are Israel. You are Israelites according to the Bible. That's your culture, and you don't have to. You don't believe it. We know who do believe it? The white man. He knows who you are. He knows who you are, and that's why he's keeping away from your heritage and your Bible. That's why he shipped you all the way over here to take you away from your homeland and to put other people up in your homeland, Israel. So you can be walking around confused because they know as long as they keep you from your God, they will have their kingdom forever. They will have their kingdom forever because our power is through the Most High God. You got something to say, please?
If I could, what you saying is heavy, like with the oppressor, you know, since the beginning of days, you got to understand that the Romans back then, when they killed Christ, are the same white people today.
Right.
Like the same type of hate that we have today when a brother gets shot down in the street is the same type of hate we should have towards the Romans when they killed Christ. And you should want him to come back and fight for you. It is a time to hate. In the scriptures, it says, for Jacob have I loved, and Esau have I hated. You know, the Lord loves Israel, but hates Esau, the Edomites, because they're utterly wicked. They're the ones that killed Christ, the Edomites, the Romans. Mm-hmm. They did it back then, and they're still here today. You know, modern day Romans being the police, you know, the government, any white person, you know, the Edomites, the Romans, they're still here today. The same hating that we have, and we go and protest for George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, you know what I'm saying, Trayvon Martin, and that same type of aggression that you had towards them now, even though nothing's changed, but that same type, you have that same type towards them now, knowing that it's in the scripture and you know their nationality. Right. And you know the atrocities they put you through. Just like the preacher's bringing out, the Lord does not forget. You shouldn't forget. You know what I'm saying? It's all in the scriptures. This entire book is about us. The Lord doesn't forget. You shouldn't forget. They always say, like he said, forget slavery. You know, it was just so long ago. You know, white people tell you that to your face, just to your face, so disrespectfully, so nonchalant, as if your great grandma wasn't getting hung, and just throw it around as if it's just, you know, violence is just cool. but that's in their nature. You know, they do stuff like he said, a Hispanic man or a black man won't just go and kill somebody without some type of remorse, because that's not us at heart. We're kings, we're priests.
Right.
We're righteous people. We're not, you know, evil people. They taught us those ways. And we begin to get those customs and use them. But we should forget them and not forget the atrocities they done to us. That they taught us those type of things.
Right.
They're the ones that put these religions and these pagan holidays on us and taught us how to hate and how to kill. And the Lord says, do not forget that. You shouldn't forget that.
That's right. Damn right, Chris, for real. Because what you saying was really heavy. If I can't get Jeremiah 8 and 11, what you saying is real heavy though, man. Because you know they've been killing since the beginning of time, man. They've been killing since, I don't want to get too deep, but they've been killing. Ask Native Americans how long they've been killing, man. They like to always see smooth words. And black people, we hate having game ran on us. That's the crazy part. A black man hates having game ran on him. We hate being lied to. We hate a nigga who lies. But we allow a white man to lie in our face and we accept it. Like, all we telling you to don't be a hypocrite. Like he said, you want to, like, you hate Jamal so much, put that hate towards, switch it up. Take that hate you have for Jamal and put it towards the oppressor. And take that love to the oppressor and give it to Jamal and see how things change. See how the black community changed overnight. Because Jamal needs your love. The reason why Jamal's the way he is because nobody loves him. His own people hate him.
Right.
Then the oppressor hates him. Now Jamal's only worried about himself. See how we end up being individuals in this place? Black men start hating black men because, well, he hates me. My own people. He said that, man. Don't we say that? Our own people hate us, right?
It be your own people.
It be your own people.
Right.
And they push that so much on us that's why we try to fight to accept them, because we can't, well, it be your own people, so we can't trust my people. You can't trust our people, so let me go trust the person who made my people like that. I can't trust that crackhead, so let me go trust the man who made that dude a crackhead.
Right.
See how dumb that sounds?
Right.
But that's the state we in right now. And that's why we gotta come and let you know it's okay to hate, man. Because if the Christian church teaches not to hate, and that's like it's so hard because you have people right now. I kid you not, you have Christians right now in the church who hate white people, man. Who hate white people. But they try so hard. They try so hard to love them. They are forced to love them. That's the state we in right now, man. You got anything to say, please?
You keep going. I'm forgetting my thoughts.
You got Jeremiah chapter 8, verse 11?
I might get it, but yeah, I got it.
You got it?
8 and 11?
Yeah.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 8, verse 11. For they have healed the hurt of the daughter of my people slightly, saying, peace, peace, when there is no peace.
Right, man. They only offer superficial help, man. They want to say peace, peace. The oppressor wants to tell us peace, peace when there's no peace. Right. When everything's not all right, man. When everything's not all right, they get done whooping us. They get done taking our land. They get done shipping us off from over here, man. Killing black men in the street. They want to say peace. Hey, world peace. Hey, remember, God loves everybody, right? That's what they do. That sounds like a coward, man. It's like you get in a fight with somebody. They get lucky. They steal off on you. They get lucky. Sneak you by your head. Now you trying to square with them. But they're like, nah, bro. Hey, turn the other cheek. Peace, bro. Hey, peace, bro. Because you know when we have a fair fight, you know you're not going to win. So when they want to fight us when we crackheads, when we homosexuals, when we without God, when we are without the law, statute, commandments. Because when they're doing that, it's not a fair fight. It's not. They snuck drugs. They snuck drugs in our community, man. And the sad part about it, throwing in their face, they will admit it. That they put drugs in our community, man. They put crack in our community. The same drugs they have in the white community, but they call it cocaine there, crack here.
Right.
Right.
But we criminals, we are super predators.
Right.
I didn't see no Black, Hispanic, Native American colonized people. You ever seen us colonize somebody?
Nope.
And the sad part about it is, I don't even like the word slavery because it's a light word on what they did to us. Mm-hmm. Like picking cotton was the least of our worries. The least of our worries, man. You talk about You want to talk about like fearing for your children, man. You have a child and they go ship your child across the country to somebody else. You fear for you. You think about your child all day. They take your child out your arms. As soon as you have the baby, they take it out. Then, matter of fact, you will have a child and your child will die because they will make you breastfeed their newborn baby.
Right.
They feeding your baby cow milk. Your baby gets sick and pass away, bro. And we supposed to love people like that? Like everything I'm saying is not like it's my opinion.
Right.
This is facts. We gotta put it in simple terms, man, because it's too general. But if somebody wants to come and rape your child right now, you can't tell me you would do not everything to get vengeance on that.
Right.
That you would hate that person who did that. So why not have the same? Why not love your people so much that you hate that person that did that to your ancestors?
Right.
See, we gotta have love for people. We gotta have more. We gotta have love for our ancestors. We gotta stop just having love for ourselves. If it don't affect us, we not worried about it. We not worried about it at all. Like, oh well, that happened to them. That's not me. I'm good. I ain't oppressed. I ain't oppressed. So I don't know what they talking about slavery. Shoot, yeah, they need to forget slavery. They need to get up and go grind like I grind. I'm a black man in America. I made it out. You can make it out too.
Right.
That's lack of compassion. The last thing you want to have is lack of compassion for your people. Because you know who taught you that? The oppressor taught you that. The oppressor taught you how to have lack of compassion for your people. Lack of compassion for your people. That's where you heard it from. You heard that, oh, we all got shot in this world. It's a fair world. I got it. I grind it out. I got nothing more. How come you can't? Who taught you that? The oppressor taught you that mindset. But you're supposed to make it out to help the next brother. You're supposed to make it out that brother that was struggling like you, that should hurt your heart knowing that brother went through the same thing you went through. I'm gonna help that brother out for you want to experience the stuff I experienced. Not every black man, we experience the same thing. It don't matter if you go to school in Beverly Hills or you in Chicago. When you getting pulled over, you are fearing for your life.
Right.
You can't tell me that's not rooted deep since slavery. That's rooted deep in us, and that's why we are black people. We are so they call it stereotypes. That's just because we all living the same exact life. Mm-hmm. That's why we all can relate that the pastor is sleeping with all the women. We all went to different churches. We can all relate that the drummers are homosexual because we are living the same exact life because we are being oppressed. That's what we're going through right now. But that all could change if we start loving our people and hating the people who made our people like that. Read what you got. Read it again, you can.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 8, verse 11. For they have healed the hurt of the daughter of my people slightly, saying, peace, peace.
Right, we shouldn't be looking for peace for these people. Why? Because it would be un-American for the oppressor to start loving Black, Hispanic, Native Americans. They would be unpatriotic to start loving us. Why? Because we are property. We are slaves to them. They don't look at us as humans. That's why we have civil rights, not human rights.
Right.
That's why it's written in the Declaration of Independence. All men are created equal. Was you looked at as a man when that was written? And that's the exact same thing we're saying right now. When the scripture say, whosoever, and God so loved the world, you know what that's talking to? That's talking to the people that this book pertains to. You understand in the Declaration of Independence, you understand when it says all men, you know it's not talking about Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans, but when you go into all scriptures, all Bible, it's talking about everybody now, you a damn lie. And that's why we say the oppressor is the devil the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
He's the devil the Bible speaks of. Because you are killing Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans by allowing us to adapt to your culture. To feed us your culture from, let me tell you something, man. In the time, in the Apocrypha, they used to force us to eat swine.
Right.
Now you eat it willingly. Thanksgiving, man. Thanksgiving was a slaughter of Native Americans. Now we look forward to celebrate Thanksgiving.
Right.
When you say you got Cherokee in your blood. That's the life that Black, Hispanics, Native Americans live through. We are being oppressed mentally. And that's why white people can't understand. They see no shackles on us, and they say, you have a fair shot. You have a fair shot, not knowing that the shackles are in our minds. Nat Turner, I don't know who said, I think it was Harriet Tubman. She said, I freed 1,000 slaves. I could have freed more if they knew they were slaves.
Right.
That's what's going on right now. We are trying to free our brothers and our sisters, but they don't know they're slaves. They think they are free. Because a gift destroyed the heart. That's what happens. You think you are free because you could go to Starbucks and get you a latte. You could go to the same, you could be in the same club you could go to the same school as a white person. You are free. That's what you equate free as. But let me tell you something. God has something way more planned for Black, Hispanics, Native Americans. And you are fighting for equal rights, you will always be a slave. We need to fight to have rulership. That's what we need to fight for rulership. If we're not fighting for that, we're going to stay slaves. Man. Because Black, Hispanics, Native Americans, we are not equal. We are better than them in every single thing.
Right.
Every single thing. You're talking about 500 years of being beat. Our culture taken away, and we are still waking up the next day to go conquer that day. To still wake up and smile at these people in front of their face after I know your ancestors done killed my ancestors. And we don't go lynch and rape and rob you like you did us.
Right.
And that's why we should rule this earth, man. But it starts with us separating first.
That's right.
You cannot be a king and want to mingle with the peasants. It don't work like that. You have to be, if you want to be a king, you have to be above everybody else.
Right.
You can't want to take their culture. You can't want to be a king that go want to take the culture of Christmas. Say that you woke, you spiritual, and Christmas that has some form of homosexuality in it. I bet it does. That's what it's a pagan. It's pagan. Thanksgiving, and Thanksgiving, man, they was having party. They party after they murdered Native Americans. They had sex with each other. You join the military. We in another state of Greco-Roman Empire. In the Roman Empire, they used to have sex with each other, men to build camaraderie.
Right.
Do you want to do that, or do you want to hate that? Hate that to separate and love your people, man. For that drummer in the church won't be gay no more because you hate homosexuality. You will say you want to point it out. Hey, just like you would point out a pedophile, just like you got to register as a sex offender. Every white person should be registered as a sex offender.
Right.
As a pedophile, as a homosexual, because that's what they all was. That's their natural state. That's their natural state, and we don't want to say that. That's why we are always going to be killed because we are letting our enemy walk into our house. We are opening the door for our enemy. That's what we are doing. Read what you got. What I got?
How's verse 11 in Jeremiah 8 and 11?
If I can, let me get the gift destroy the heart. Ecclesiastes 7 and 7. Give me that, if I can.
I got it.
You got it?
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad.
Surely oppression, what?
Maketh a wise
You
man
a wise
mad.
man, I ain't calling you dumb.
Right.
But if you ain't mad, read that scripture again.
Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad,
Mm-hmm.
and a gift destroyeth the heart.
Mm-hmm. Let me tell you something. In order for us to be free in this place, to separate from this place, we got to do the exact same thing they teach us not to. And that's bite the hand that feeds us.
Right.
We need to stop accepting these gifts. The same people who give us the gifts, we got to say, what the hell with you, man? Keep your gifts.
Right.
Because we are allowing gifts to destroy us. We are allowing Black History Month to destroy us. Black History Month gets us over for the year. That's why they give it to us. We wait all day for what? For 30 days. Ain't February the shortest month?
Right.
Good night. I can't make this stuff up, man. They give us 28 days, right? That's how many days in February?
Right.
28 days to celebrate people making peanut butter.
Right.
That's what they do. 28 days. But how about we say, nah, what the hell with 28 days, man? We want all the days. We're going to have White History Month. That's what we're going to have, White History Month. We're going to be ruling over you. And we're going to give you the shortest day to worship your ancestors, to look up your ancestors. The crazy part about it, they're not going to have anybody look over it because they never made nothing. They made the patent. That's it. They take our ideas, our inventions, and just put a patent over it and say they created it. That's what they do, man. We got to separate from that because that's why you see all these. All you want. We are so destroyed. All we're looking for is a black face right now.
Right.
Obama, which was an African, they gave us Obama to shut us up. He's not even our people. But we see a black face in office, we're like, man, this is This is not with the Lord. This is what we pray for. You know what Obama did, being a stinking African that he did? He legalized homosexuality.
Right.
Which another reason to kill the black community. That's what accepting the gift does. You don't know when you accept the gift, you don't really, and not knowing what the purpose is, you're gonna find out later, and you're not gonna be able to return. That's what's gonna happen, man. Give me Zechariah. No, give me Ecclesiasticus chapter 12, verse 17. 12, verse 16, Bible just try.
It's like if I may add,
Yeah, go ahead, sir.
like we put all our hope in all these presidents and
Right.
American leaders
12 and 16.
that they give us. They tell us that if you vote for this man, this man's gonna give this to the black community or give this to the Hispanic community or do this for us.
Mm-hmm.
And not one has ever done anything for us. Right. You understand? So we have to stop falling for the okie doke, stop falling for the things that our oppressors gives us, man. We're gonna have to look towards try something else. Instead of marching and doing all these other things, we need to look to the Bible, look to Christ, look to Most High. Find out who we are, ask questions. You know what I'm saying? Stop saying when they say they're gonna do something for the black community. Well, what nation or who is black? You know what I'm saying? Like we go by the color black, or we go by African American or colored or whatever we're gonna be called. But what is our true identity? Who are we really? You know what I'm saying? Right. So that's what we need to look for some answers, man. And answers in the scriptures.
Right. And that because he said the answers in the scriptures, man. We gotta start. They said they were black, but that's just the color. Mm-hmm. For so long, we gotta start realizing why they hate us for the color of our skin? Because it's way deeper than that. They hate us because we are God's chosen people. Right. And they envy us. They envy us because God's with us, man. And God's going to fight for us. You see World War III? That's the Lord visiting the earth.
Right.
Whatever the church is talking about, you don't want to pray that World War III leaves, man. You want to pray that it stays here and destroys all your enemies. All the people who oppress you, because what you are seeing right now with Russia invading Ukraine is the salvation of Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Right. You are seeing the return of your king to come and fight for you for all the hell you've been through for the hands of your oppressor. Now, we love everybody. Matter of fact, let me get that. Go hand join the hand. You got that? Save that precept. If you love everybody, you're not going to join Yahweh Shai when he returns. You're not going to join Jesus when he returns. Right. You're going to stay and fight against Jesus. So-called Jesus, what the world calls it. We call him Yahweh Shai. You're going to fight against Yahweh Shai because you love everybody. Mm-hmm. Since you love everybody, you want to fight the man who's bringing your salvation. And you want to tell me that that's the right way to think? You're gonna fight against Yahweh Shai, not knowing he is. Mm-hmm. Because Jews worship this image they gave you because you want to love the white man, love him. And you accepted that image. The Caesar Borgia, that white Jesus you see, Caesar Borgia, which was a real guy, who was a homosexual, who slept with his sister, he killed his brother, right? That's right. So when you close your eyes at night and you see that image, you are seeing the devil. Right. You are seeing the devil. That's another way we are, since we don't love everybody. Now we are praying. We are praying to the oppressor. You close our eyes and pray to that white Jesus. We are praying to the oppressor to save us from our oppressor. Right. You think he's going to answer our prayers? You think he's going to answer our prayers? You got something to say, preach? Go ahead.
Cool. What you're saying is heavy. That's absolutely right. You said we praying to the oppressor to save us from the oppressors. But just like Officer Naquan just brought out, that the oppressor has done nothing good for us. So how are we going to pray for another oppressor to save us? It's kind of like with Abraham Lincoln. We was all celebrating that, but on that day we were still slaves when he said that. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not here to save us. They're here to oppress us. That is their whole job. They seek evil. They run to evil. They are evil and utterly wicked. And that's why in the scriptures he says, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated, because of the atrocities and stuff that they have done to the children of Israel. They have shown us nothing good. No, like, I don't know who thinks, we could have just been, servants and handmaids, just did what you said. But y'all took to the extreme you know, cutting babies out of women's stomach, you know, kicking little babies in the alligator infested waters, and, you know, playing soccer ball with babies and infants as if they're not life. Who does that? The oppressor. And we think that they're going to love us. Then the mentality that they have given us, they make us forget, and we forgive them for what they have done. We should remember it and hate them for it. They want to make it seem like, you know, that was so long ago. Just forget about it. I'm a good white person. You know, I hold the door open for you. I don't call you nigga. I don't oppress you. I don't call the cops on you. I'm a good white person. Just forgive me. No, they're snakes, just like the priest was bringing out. If anything, like, you have venomous snakes and you have non-venomous snakes.
Right.
Just because that white person is nice to you, he's just a non-venomous snake. But he still has teeth, which means he still bites.
Right.
At the end of the day, you should not trust them.
Right.
They're snakes. They stab you in your back. Just like in the hood, we always say, I don't trust that nigga. He a snake. He a snake. I can't trust him. He gonna stab me in my back. Just like the priest is bringing out. My day one homie snaked me. What does that mean? He betrayed you. The white man has done nothing but betrayed us for 400 plus years. And that's why Christ has to come back and fight for us. Right. Because we cannot do it here in this kingdom the ways that we have been doing so long. It's not working. Protesting not working. Fighting guns with guns is not working. In the system, in the court system, is not working. None of that is working because we are following their ways and going away from these scriptures. The Lord gonna come back. He's gonna show you.
So I just want to add, you know, the precepts of what you're saying, what you're saying is really heavy. This is Psalms chapter 55, verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter.
Right.
Right. So, you know, as the so-called white man, when he met the Native Americans, right, you know, his words were smoother than butter. Right. He told them all these things, and he spied out the land, and he seen how the natives of the land was, how they grew crops and grew food and things like that. So he made over 500 treaties with the Native Americans, right? Which he kept none. Right. He didn't keep none of the 500 treaties that he made with the Native Americans. Instead, he slew over 77 million Native American Indians and stole this land. Right. So he says the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. Right. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. Right. So I'm just adding that. It's not good.
All right, so like you said, like if I can, what you touched on, you saying, you know, y'all hearing a lot of us talk about the white man this, he's doing all these different things, right? Mm-hmm. He's saying, well, you go to court and court don't work. So what's going to work? How can we fight this war against the war against Black, Hispanics, Native Americans? What can we do? What can we do to fight?
Right.
Anybody?
Back to the law, statutes, and commandments.
All right. All right. In order for, we don't have to go to the court system. We don't have to go and fight. We don't have to do none of them things. We gotta do the law, statutes, commandments. And what's that, man? That is to fight against our lusts.
Right.
That's to fight against our lusts. That's how we battle the oppression from the white man. That's how we separate. That's how we show them. That's how we show him that we hate him and we love our brother. Because I'm going to stop stealing from my brother because I hate you so much, and I love him. I'm going to stop doing drugs because I love my brother, and I hate you because you gave me drugs.
Right.
I'm going to stop sleeping with my brother's wife because you taught me that.
Right.
And I love my brother.
Right.
That's what destroys us. The things, when we love the white man, we love the things he loves. And the thing he loves is to kill Black, Hispanics, Native Americans.
Right.
And when we do those things, when we do the things he loves to do, like I just said, we gonna die. And you see it right now. And not physical death, but spiritual death. Right now, Black, Hispanics, Native Americans, we are the walking dead.
Right.
Walking dead. When you go and see people on the streets, homeless, who you see? Black, Hispanics, Native Americans.
Right.
That's who you see. Ain't no white man homeless. He probably just mad with his mom. Kicked him out. We are. People come out Black, Hispanics, Native Americans, we come out the womb homeless. Leave us somewhere. Got no mother, no father. You got something to say, sir?
No, I was going to ask what you're saying, like, real quick. Like, what he's saying is, you know, a lot of times when you see a so-called white person who's homeless, they really be having money in the bank. You know what I'm saying? We had a white homeless man come up to the camp, and we thought this man was homeless, but we be knowing this dude walked up to the camp and he was telling us to shut up, this and that and the third, and the whole time he's telling us to shut up, he's pulling out 20s every time, and this dude put like almost $200 into the offering bucket. Right. These people be having money, they just choose to just want to experience. It's like an experience for them to go through some poor or not have no money or some kind of a struggle. It's a journey for them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They don't go through, it's not by excuse me. They're homeless by choice. Right. You understand? Instead of just being unprivileged. You know what I'm saying? It's like, go ahead.
If I could, what you're saying is heavy. That makes me think of like the entertainers that have gotten famous off of trying to be like us. Like this one girl named Woe Vicky. She got famous from acting like a black woman. You know, getting the braids, the cornrows in her head, you know, talking all ghetto ratchet as if they say that we do. The same thing with this other rapper, Post Malone. When he first came out, he made a song, White Iverson. You know, we all know who, you know, AI is, Allen Iverson. He had the cornrows, he had the gold grill, he had the chains. He looked like as if he was portraying himself as a nigga. He had the fresh edge up, the J's and everything. And then as he got further and further into the industry, he cut that whole black thing and then really started to become himself. And what you're saying is heavy because they mock us and they use us as tools and try to be like us just to get ahead. It's like it's a phase. They just come and do it. I want to experience being black one time. How do I get treated? And you notice, like, if you deal with certain white people, the one white dude that act all hood and this and that, he gets more attention from acting like us. He gets more attention. Yeah, he get all the girls. He got all the phones and the chains, and all the black girls is after him. But if he was just really himself, you know, it's a different story. So what you're saying was heavy. That just made me think of that.
Yeah, right. And if I can, Ecclesiastes 12:16. Yeah. Because I was in the class and he pulled a precept that was very heavy. Right. He said that they have smooth words. They have smooth words. They draw swords, man. Right. Man, they think they say something. They say something, man, and you think they mean peace, but they mean war. Now read that precept you got.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 11. Is it Salakia, chapter 12, verse 16. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit.
What do heart mean? Heart means your mind. When you see all the scripture, that's what it means, your mind. So in his mind, he imagined how to throw you into a pit. Doesn't matter how many things he say, how many things he compliment, how many times he try to sound black, act black. He's imagining how to take your land. Right. Don't believe me? Ask the Native Americans. Ask how many trees the white man kept. Ask him, because he said a nice word that he imagined. What can I do with this buffalo? Matter of fact, and he's such a wicked beast, man. He killed the buffalo for no reason.
Right. Right.
People, and that's what loving. Matter of fact, that goes right to the topic. That's what loving everybody gets you. The Native Americans loved them, and look what it got them. Right. Look what it got them. They literally got killed for loving them. They killed their buffalo for loving them. They lived off the buffalo. They didn't even kill the buffalo and eat it. They just killed it. The Native Americans, man, they used to take the buffalo and take every part of it and survive. Mm-hmm. So they had to kill that. And they used to follow the buffalo. And they killed the buffalo so they could kill them. Right. And now what you're seeing is World War III is right around the corner for stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Because you reap what you sow. You reap what you sow, man. And the white man have been reaping, they've been sowing this wickedness. And it's catching up with them. It eventually catches up. You just gotta be patient. And because it's a marathon. This war we're in is a marathon. And the way you fight it is changing your life. Fighting your lusts. Going back to the law, statutes, and commandments. And what you're seeing is since 1969, we've been in that marathon.
Right.
We're in 2022, and you seeing black men being raised up to become priests, and you seeing that we are winning. When you thought we was losing, when you see his numbers, when you see the white man's numbers, his army, his military, that don't mean nothing to the God of heaven and earth.
Right.
To the author of life and death. It don't matter how much numbers you got. When the Lord is on our side, and the Lord could be on your side if you on his.
That's right.
And he don't love everybody. So you better choose what side you're going to be on. Are you going to let Timothy stop you? Tommy stop you? Tyler stop you from getting into getting that salvation that your ancestors wanted? Loving Tommy makes you hate your people.
That's right.
One Tommy. You don't. They say you think because I only got one white friend. That one white friend showed me what side you on. It shows me who you're trying to be an enemy to. That's what happened. That's what happened. I had a Native American brother, and then this is how Thanksgiving started. You know, I'm gonna be paraphrasing, but he came. He was a slave. They first took him. They shipped him to Europe and came back, and he could speak English, and he taught the Native Americans how to live off the land because he wanted to love everybody. He thought that when he was peace and loved them, it would have brought him peace. They took what he taught them and killed them for it. And they're doing the exact same lesson right now. We teach them everything. We teach them business. We teach them everything. Every single day you could name something, we taught them, and they killed us for it. And he wrote his name on it. They got Mount Rushmore. Put his faces up there, man. And that doesn't make you angry. That doesn't make you angry. You still want to come and say that we hate the white man for us coming. That's the last thing we worry about.
Right.
Last thing we worry about. All we are just righteous judges laying down the evidence to the white man, and we are claiming that he's guilty. We seen the death of Breonna Taylor, the death of George Floyd, the death of Trayvon Martin, Philando Castile, Sandra Bland. We saying you are guilty. We seen the death of 99 million blacks. You are guilty. The death of 77 million Native Americans. You are guilty. And I'm going to hate you to save my brothers and my sisters. You got anything to say, Breeze?
Okay, what you were saying was heavy. I'm trying to remember what you said, but it brought me to, you said loving the oppressor, gets you nowhere. And that leads me to believe that they have this thing back with Gucci. And a lot of times, like you saying, like loving them and following their ways,
Right.
You get mocked. And a lot of times, us as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, preferably, specifically blacks, because we're the ones that's in the rap games, in the NFL, the NBA, and we like to rock their top brands.
Right.
And you feel as if you're on top of the world if you rocking the Louis, the Gucci, the Prada, the Balenciaga,
Right.
When it's their name. And I say that to say that you loving their ways and embracing his brand and boosting his brand gets you mocked. And Gucci had a thing, they had to take down a certain type of clothing. It was a turtleneck that went up and it stopped right at the mouth and it had red lips on it and it was mocking.
Right.
And that made me think of Jim Crow, because Jim Crow had a book, and on the book his lip was red. And I'm like, well, I know they call us monkeys. They mocking us. All black people do is buy Gucci, and they sitting here mocking black people in our face. It's an all black, turtleneck that goes up with red lips. And they call us monkeys. They're mocking us. What the priest is bringing out, you following and loving the oppressor gets you mocked. It gets you nowhere. They make fun of you. It's a mockery. You join the sports, you're a slave to that. You sign that contract, you're a slave to that. You were their property. You do the rappers sign those 360 deals, they are slaves. That's why they can't be as big of an artist as the white artists. And they're always number one because they're not pushing your music. You can only do certain things, or you have to do weird and homosexual and pedophilia type things to achieve that certain stature. And that's what you get when you follow the oppressor.
If I could, and that's what he's saying is so true, because the greatest rapper right now is Eminem. A white man. That's our culture.
Right. No, I was going to say so heavy about us loving the oppressor, because we're trying to give all our love to a people who is incapable of loving us. I'm gonna read this precept so you just know How the white man is the devil. Okay, this is Psalms 58:3. It say the wicked are estranged from the womb. Okay, they go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies.
Damn, that's a beautiful precept because it goes right in to what we're saying right now. Speaking lies. Read what you got. Ecclesiastes 12:16.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12, verse 16. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips.
Yeah, he be lying. Go ahead.
But in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit.
Right, keep going.
He will weep with his eyes.
Right.
But if he find opportunity,
right,
he will not be satisfied with blood.
Let me tell you something. You know who's a perfect example of this? That white woman who lied on Emmett Till.
Right.
She weep with her eyes. She cried. Right. Oh yeah, he. I don't know what she said he did. Blew a kiss at her.
Wow.
How many white women walk around? How many white women come after a black man start getting successful? They come out the woodworks like roaches saying, "How he touched on me. I was molested by him, or he put something in my drink." After he get the money,
right?
And like Officer Naquan said, they do it. That's why white women try to sleep with black men, because it's a phase. It's a phase, and when they realize that phase is just like a child, when they go through a phase and they realize what they did was stupid. When she realized when she said that black man was stupid, she got caught by her parents. Now it's rape.
Right.
She weeps with her eyes, and you get thrown in jail with life.
Right.
Then come out and say, "Yeah, I lied about it," and nothing happens. That's the people you want to love. That's the people you want to put your trust in. We don't go about words, okay? We about action, and we find out the only way to deal with these white people is just to separate from them.
That's right.
It's just to hate them. And when you hate them, you're gonna stop dealing with them. You're gonna stop dealing with all their ways. You're gonna start finding out. Let me see. You're gonna start researching what the white man gave to us. He gave us homosexuality. Cut that out. I'm gonna stop doing that. What else he gave us? He gave us drugs. I'm gonna stop doing drugs. He taught us how to be thieves. I'm gonna stop stealing. That's what we're going to do. Because in order for us to be truly woke and awaken and choose life, we gotta go back to our culture.
Right.
Every single thing. They want no picking and choosing, man, because they want to say. See, a lot of fake Israelites want to say, "Well, we in captivity. We can't do all the laws, statutes, and commandments." Mm-hmm. Because we in captivity should make you want to do all the laws, statutes, and commandments. It should make you want to take back your whole culture. That's what captivity should do for you. What? You got something to say?
No, I don't.
Okay, reading the precept if you can. Read again.
An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit.
Let me tell you something, man. Joe Biden got in office because he smoked smooth words. He said, "If you don't vote for me, you ain't black. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna stop student loan debt. I'm gonna do all this stuff, man. I'm for the black people. Power to the people." He got in office, they do nothing. He still never do nothing for us, man.
That's right.
Because you loud, Joe. Let me tell you something. Joe Biden been in politics for years. His name was on every bill passed to go against Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans. Right. He hates Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans because he loves his people.
That's right.
So if we love our people, we're going to hate them. And everything we're going to do is going to let their kingdom fall. Mm-hmm. Changing our lives is going to make America fall. We're going to make that birth of Christ come. That spirit of Christ is going to come sooner if we change our lives. And that's what we're doing right here in the UPK. We go out there and tell people change their lives. We don't condemn. People get mad at us because we tell them the truth. People hate the truth, but we want our brother. The Lord doesn't have. He don't like killing his own people. He wants you to choose life. So we go out there and say, choose life, man. Because we was just like you. Choose life. But in order for you to choose life, you gotta hate the person who made you that way. Can you imagine that? That's all we're saying. You were homosexual because you was touched on while you was a child, and we telling you to hate that person. Hate the oppressor for doing that to you.
Right.
For making you go to that Christian church, from taking your identity away from you. Now you got to go to the Christian church to find Jesus, and you was molested by Jesus. Should have been following your house side. He would have told you don't go to that Christian church. Right. He would have told you don't go sell them drugs. Don't do them drugs. You in the wrong place at the wrong time because you following the oppressor. That's what I'm saying, Jane.
If I could, what you were saying was heavy when you said when Joe Biden said, if you don't vote for me, you're not black. And that just ties into the whole point that they speak lies, and anything that they say just doesn't make sense. Like,
Right.
At the end of the day, just because I don't vote for you, if I get stopped by a police officer at a traffic stop, I'm still a black man.
Right.
At the end of the day, he still sees me as a black man. They always like to say color doesn't matter. But when the time comes and he's pulling me over, he's checking inside the car, it's 3 or 4 cops.
Right.
We all know the feeling as a black man and woman, Hispanic man and Native American man and woman, child, that it's all types of lights in your car. At the end of the day, you're still you. Just because you don't vote for it, that doesn't make sense. That's like these. I be seeing these posts on Facebook. I don't know who be making these posts, but it be people. They be like, if you don't eat cereal and peanut butter, you're not black. Or if you don't eat pickles and sugar, you're not black. Like, and that make no. You sound like Joe Biden. That don't make no sense. Like at the end of the day, I'm black. Just because I ain't eat that in my household does not mean I'm not black.
Right.
Just because I don't vote for you does not mean I'm not black. I don't agree with nothing you're saying. There's no point of voting because at the end of the day, it's showing us nothing. We just vote for another oppressor. Right. At the end of the day, you're still gonna be black here. You're still gonna get treated the same or if not worse. Right. And at the end of the day, the oppressor will still get off scot-free. What is that boy Kyle Rittenhouse? Yeah. Right. We've seen him blatantly murder his own people on camera. And just like the priest said, they weep and he cried. I've never seen nobody cry like that. Right. That wasn't even, I don't know what that was. But he should get an award because he can act. Right. And he was up there acting a fool, his tail off up there in that house. Right. And I said, what is this? This is comical. I need popcorn. And he got off scot-free, didn't serve no time whatsoever. Right. But if a black man would have walked out there with just a toy gun, a BB gun, he would have got shot down. Yeah, right. He wouldn't even have lived to see the courthouse. Right. He would have been not 6 feet, but 8 feet. That's why you shouldn't trust the oppressor. That's why you shouldn't follow their ways or listen to nothing they say. Because everything they do is for vain. So you know you gotta bring happy every time, man. Because what he's saying is facts that happens, man. We're not saying, we can tell you a kid got shot because he had a toy gun. Yes. Right. That happened, man. And you saying that we making stuff up. We are not making stuff up, man. Everything we speak is the truth. Right. We are just telling you the way that you are living is not normal. You should be able to go drive your car and not get scared when the police pull you over. Right. That's not normal, black man. Right. You fearing for your life day and night is not normal, black man. Right. That is not normal. That is not. And we got to start fighting to change that. Right. We got too accustomed of this life, and that's why we are becoming docile. That's when another black man gets shot, we've been doing this so much. It's like no more hope. There's no more tears running down our face no more. Right. It's all dried up. So like we see another black man get shot, we like, man, there it is again. But black men gonna keep getting shot down until you decide that you want to change your life. Until you decide that these devils done did too much. Enough is enough. Right. I'm going to beat you by becoming righteous. Mm-hmm. They're not gonna be able to justify a black man's death no more because I'm gonna be blameless. Right. You're not gonna be able to kill somebody and say, well, he had that's what they do, right? Oh, well, he had a lot of drug activity. He had no drugs in the car when you killed him, so what does him smoking weed back in the day do anything about? Well, him, oh yeah, he was doing drugs or he was in gangs. Well, they gonna start killing us and we're gonna be blameless. They're gonna say, oh well, damn, then people gonna stop like, well, he didn't do nothing. He was in school, he kept the law, kept the law of the land, he was following after God. Mm-hmm. They're gonna say, well, damn, they killing righteous niggas now. We know they're the devil. Right. Right now, you're not allowing the white man to be a devil because you turned your back on your own people. So when he justifies the death of a black man, you gonna be right there with him because you love the white man. Right. You be like, man, that boy should never had no toy gun. Where his parents at? Right. How dare you, man? What's your compassion at for your people? Right. You gonna say he should never had no toy gun when you see videos of cops running away from white people with guns. Now, it's some jobs you won't say, well, they were fearing for their life. It's some jobs where you just can't fear for your life. Right. Well, you can't get hired fearing for your life.
When these soldiers, when they go to Iraq, they have protocols. They have to get shot at first to lay fire. In Iraq, a place they never been. You in your place, you in America, and you are killing unarmed black men. Right. And you telling us you got the devil the Bible speaks of? Only a devil will kill black, Hispanics, and Native Americans when they have nothing.
That's right.
Only a coward will pick on people when they have nothing. But let me tell you something. The Lord ain't no coward, man. And he wants you to get all what you have. He wants the best of the best. Get your strong men, get your nukes, get your tanks, and you're going to find yourself fighting against Yahweh.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
And you're not going to win because it is written. We are in the future. It is written. All we doing is to come tell our brothers, join the winning team. You're a black Native American, you got the golden ticket. You need that. In order to win, to come to our team, you need to be a black, Hispanic, Native American. One of the 12 tribes of Israel. That's what you need to join the winning side. But you cannot join the winning side with 1 foot in and 1 foot out for the oppressor. You're going to die with them. Thus say the Lord.
Right.
But we don't want that for you. That's why we sacrifice our lives. That's why we killed our old man, so we could save you. We are hated by the people who so-called love us in the world. We are hated by them now to come and save you because we love you. A brother we never met before. A brother watching this video, I don't know his name. But I want you to change your life because I love you. I changed my life for you.
Right.
Christ died for you. I broke this out last class. You never hear a king dying for his people. You never hear a king dying for his kingdom. You watch all the movies, it's always the people dying for their king.
Right.
The king never comes out like, I'm going to die for my people. I'm going to sacrifice myself for the people. You don't hear that. The only person you hear that from is Yahweh, a black man just like you. And you going to say that man ain't worth it? And all he asks for you to change your life? What benefit is for him? What benefit? He was the most righteous man walking. What is the benefit of him for you change your life? He lived the righteous life. He lived the perfect life. And he died. See, the way we hate our brothers right now, I ain't taking a rap for that nigga. I didn't do that, nigga. That's you. Now just imagine you get pulled over, right? You get pulled over with drugs in your car. You go to jail. They say, I'm gonna give you 30 years. A nigga out of nowhere called Yahweh come up and be like, nah, I did it. That's what happened. Yahweh took the blame. He didn't do no drugs his whole life. He said, I'll take the rap. He said, hey, bro, you know, man, you stop doing the drugs. I'm gonna take the rap for you. I'll hold it down for 30 years. He's like, what? Word? Bam. Hey, say less. You went there, the next day, you start smoking the blunt. Because you hate. How would you feel? How do you think Christ feels being in there? Christ is in there 30 years. Now, think about you did that. Think about you gave your brother another chance to change his life. You was in jail. When you seen your brother do all these different things, all these wicked things, how would you feel? I know, I'm going to tell you how I'd be pissed.
Right.
Only ask one thing for you. I've got to go through the hard stuff just for you to have a better life. Just so you can get an opportunity to live and not die. But since you love your friends in the world, they cause you to do the things that almost got you killed. How many times, you just had to, I'm going to tell you, man, and this is so crazy how we bring this stuff up because we don't bring up what might happen. We bring up things that really happened.
Right.
I don't know the sister's name, man, but the sister had died, and the last picture they seen of her was her in the middle of nothing but white women. You seen that picture? She was a black sister.
Yep.
She was a black sister, and the last picture they had of her, she was at like a slumber party with nothing but white women. They said that they found her outside the pool and she broke her neck. Damn. And none of the white women got convicted of nothing. You still gonna love him? I like my nigga. I like to survive me. I don't have to ask what happened. I just know that somebody did this and that woman. And she should have separated from them. She thought she was happy. She seen the picture, she was happy. They were smiling. But in their heart, in their mind, they was like, how are we gonna kill this girl tonight? How are we going to kill this nigga tonight? That's what they was thinking. And you need to realize that the only way to fight that, the only way to fight wickedness like that It's the battle within you. The battle within. If that woman if she would have understood, if she would have accepted accepted the part about not mingling with the heathens, she would never went to that party last night.
Right.
That woman would have still been alive. That one little thing. That one little thing. You have something to say? You got my precept?
Yeah. You talking about Ecclesiastes?
Yeah, where I'm at?
12 and 16.
Go to Zechariah chapter 11, verse 5. Because now we talked about how how to fight this. And it's simple, and that's the crazy part. We the Israelite School Universal Practical Knowledge. In order to fight oppression, you just gotta stop accepting that gift.
That's right.
Stop accepting it and watch how your family change. Watch how the people around you change. Watch how you become a role model in your community. Because they are making a mockery of us like the priests just burned out. I seen a video of the dude, they had the audacity to be like, yeah, man, we don't have to kill no black people no more. All we gotta do is drop guns in their neighborhood. That's the standpoint we had. That should make you angry. That should make you angry if you're wise, man. If you're wise, man. What you got? You got the precept, Bible Michelle?
Yeah, I got it.
Zechariah 11:5.
This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 11, verse 5. Whose possessors slay them, and hold themselves not guilty.
Mm-hmm.
And they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich. And their own shepherds pity them not.
Man, they saying right now, they say, man, hey, so what, man? So it ain't my fault. That boy should never had no gun. Where that boy parents was at? Read that scripture again.
It's the book of Zechariah, chapter 11, verse 5. Whose possessors slay them.
Mm-hmm. We are being killed by the hands of the white man today. And what happens? Go ahead.
And hold themselves not guilty.
They hold themselves not guilty. They have no accountability for their actions. They have no accountability saying that the reason we are like this is because of 400, 500 years of slavery.
Right.
The reason we are like this is because you put in guns and drugs in our neighborhoods. The reason we are like this is because you put in Planned Parenthood in our communities and forcing the woman to take the man out the house. That's the reason we like this. But they hold themselves not guilty. They say our own shepherds pity us. They say that's because your leaders failed you. How dare you? How dare you? And they got to blame it on them when you the one who destroyed our leaders.
Right.
You know why Martin Luther King had that dream? Because he loved white women.
Right.
He was preyed on by white women. That's why he liked that dream. All throughout time, we our shepherds, our gates languish, man. We have no protection. Because the Christian church is the white man's representative. And when something starts going bad, you know he's to blame? He's going to blame. You always have a man you got to blame at the end. To take the blame. And that's what the white man do. He blame it on your Christian pastors. He blame it on your people. He blame, you know what he do? You know what he want to do? He want to say, well, if y'all athletes put money back in the neighborhood, y'all might have something. That's what he says. He blames LeBron James the reason why we poor. Right. He blames Jay-Z the reason why we poor. And we do it too. We be like, man, LeBron James put some money in the neighborhood. Man, let LeBron James keep your money. I want the reparations we are owed. We supposed to have 40 acres and a mule. Matter of fact, I don't want no reparations. I want rulership.
Right.
LeBron James ain't the reason why I'm in hell.
Right.
You the reason why I'm in hell. You got something to say, sir?
No, you
get it.
Oh, Zechariah 11 and 5.
Let me get what time is it? Let me get okay, let me get Jeremiah 50 and 7.
All right.
And actually, let me get Joel 3 and 21. That's one of my last precept.
Okay.
Because right now we gotta understand something, man. The Lord's when we change our lives, the Lord's gonna cleanse all that blood up. He's gonna cleanse all that unrighteous murders and killing of Black, Hispanic, Native Americans. You know what I'm saying? He's going to do that if we change our lives, if we are worth fighting for. You get that precept?
Joel 3 and 1.
Mm-hmm. Joel 3 and 21.
I got it. It's the book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 21. For I will cleanse their blood that I have not cleansed.
Mm-hmm.
For the Lord dwelleth in Zion.
Right. The Lord is going to cleanse all that blood, all that blood of black Hispanics, Native Americans that was wrongfully murdered, man.
Right.
Philando Castile, Sandra Bland, George Floyd, Emmett Till, Trayvon Martin, Tamir Rice, Eric Garner, you name it. That's what's gonna cleanse the blood, man. And the Lord is in the midst of us, man. But all like I said, man, the Lord dwells in Zion. He dwells with black, Hispanic, Native Americans. Right now, what you've seen in World War III is your salvation to come. And the kingdom of heaven is at hand. It's time to repent, man. Change your life. The battle starts within you. You can't wake up your brothers and sisters, man, if you're dead. You gotta choose life and change your life to wake up your next brother. But you gotta hate your enemy to do that, man. And with that, we're gonna get the security announcements. You got them?
Let me get him 1 second. I got it.
Mm-hmm.
This is the ISUPK security announcements. We are the ISUPK, started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They're here, Salakia, they're to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, which can be found in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, and the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verses 8 through 10, means tenth in the Hebrew, ma'ashara, 10% of every penny or any increase the Lord gives you. Give to Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priest, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations.
Convocations, like Passover, the 14th day of the first month, Friday, April 15th, 2022. You can find this in the book of Exodus, chapter 12, verse 1 through 51, the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 4 to 5, the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 5, verse 7 through 8, and 2 Corinthians, chapter 30, verse 17. Passing the class back over to Officer Yahya. You don't need no song at the end.
Remind Akim and Akwab to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to become a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. This concludes the ISUPK security announcements, passing the class back to Officer Gadawa.
And with that, we're going to get a courteous salute to the brothers. Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahweh. A courteous salute to the sisters. Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahweh. And with that, shalom.